Hi, this is Tom Scheiding, and I am your professor for Econ 120s. This is session number 1 of the summer of 2019. So I want to walk you through the course, through the syllabus, through the LawLima site that we'll be using, and basically introduce you to the course. I guess first I could start with the introduction. I'm a faculty member actually at the West campus over in Couple A, an economist. I teach Econ 130, 131, and some of the upper levels. And then in the summertime, I teach Econ 120 over on the Leeward campus. I'm not really sure what more you would want to even know about me for 6 weeks. But let me talk at least about the rest of the course. And I'm sure you'll get to know more of my identity and whatnot as we kind of proceed. So this course will primarily, not exclusively, but primarily use the LawLima site. So here you'll see Econ 120 somewhere in your top. Hopefully you know how to use LawLima. I'm assuming everyone does. If you're unfamiliar and Econ 120 is not appearing at the top here, remember that you need to go up to Sites up here, click on that, and you would need to star your course, our course, Econ 120. And once you star it, it'll appear at the top. So you're important enough to me that you are starred and you are at the top. Although you're at the end of the top. Hey, but my other class is at the end, so you should feel a little more important. The functions, let's go to how you would see this class. Okay, so really the most important sites that you'd want to worry about. Start with syllabus, and we'll work our way down. So let's start to look at the syllabus first. Okay, so I give you the 2 ways to contact me. The first way would be through email. It's really the best way. You're guaranteed to get a response from me. It's important to me, especially as I kind of outline right here, especially given that this is an online class. Not getting a response from me is what I consider to be quite disrespectful of me towards you and, quite honestly, the tuition dollars that you pay. You should expect that I will reply to you. As long as it's something that needs a response, and if it's not on the weekend, you should get a response from me that same day, if not the next day, just depending on the timing and what I have going on that day. But you should get a response back to me from me pretty quickly, especially if it's around a due date. Even though our due dates are going to happen on Sundays. Dude, I mean, I have an iPhone, so it's not like emails don't get sent to my phone. And you can ask, anyone that's around me, they all know that I'm on my phone quite a bit, so there's no reason why I wouldn't be looking at it. If it's more pressing, or you just communicate better by phone or something like that, I'm not being you're not being too intrusive. I'm just giving you a Google phone number. It's just a way to contact me without me knowing what your phone number is. You also really don't technically know what my phone number is. It's just less creepy. You could also call me at my office phone, but then you're kind of limiting yourself to me being in the office. And the emails that come out from me will have my office phone number listed on there as well. But basically, you'll be able to get a hold of me. I'll also be on campus for most of this course. And so if you want to talk to me in person, I can either most definitely meet you on the West campus, which is only a few miles further west from the Leeward campus, or I'm sure we can time something out where I can meet you on the Leeward campus. Okay, so let's talk about what this course is. This is basically a 1 semester, in this case a 1 summer session course that introduces you to both microeconomics and macroeconomics. So it's basically kind of like a hit parade of the biggest topics in all of the economics discipline. I then outline it a little bit more here in greater detail. And these are learning outcomes. This is what this course is doing. The assignments are linked to this. The lectures are linked to this. The exams are linked to this. Exams, that's right. We will have to do some homework assignments. We'll have some exams, and we'll have some reflection papers. Now, this may seem like a lot, but the advantage to doing a lot of things is that each thing is then not worth as much. So let's start with the way that this course is structured, and then I'll come back here to assessment. So I'm just going to scroll down here first. Okay. So basically, given that this is a 6-week class, I split the course into thirds. You can work as far ahead as possible as you want, but to not create a bad situation for you, I've created minimum expectations for when you need to complete work. But as an economist, I certainly believe that you should manage your schedule yourself. If you know that you've got big things coming up at the end of June and you're going to be not able to do this course the last 2 weeks of June, well, then you know that you're going to basically work really hard for the first 4 weeks of this class and complete everything. And quite honestly, I have no issues with that. You still have to do the same assignments, just you're doing them faster. If you know that you've got a lot of things going on in the very beginning, well, that's a little bit harder because here I'm letting you work ahead as far as you want, but this would be a point where you could contact me and I'm sure we can work something out. This would be you saying, I've got to go, I'm being deployed and I'm not going to get, I have training and I'm not going to be back until the second week of June. Okay, well, it's going to make it hard for you, but as long as you and I are on the same page, you'll contact me, phone or email. I will then adjust your individual due dates all so that you still complete the course by the end of this 6-week session. So you'll see here that basically you can expect that every 2 weeks you will have a set of deadlines. Basically, each of these 3 sections of the course exist almost independently. So topic 1 and 2 will have to be done by June 2nd. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 will have to be done by June 16th. And 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 will have to be done by June 28th. Now, I think there's that fable or something about grasshopper and something else where you should work ahead if you know something's going to get really bad. You can see here you only have to do 2 topics here in the very beginning. That's a pretty good sign that maybe you could work ahead a little bit and start doing some of these things earlier so that you can complete this deadline on time. So basically, this is your introduction to economics. This is going to be microeconomics, and this is going to be macroeconomics. It's 5 chapters for each of the 2 sections here, and then a 2-topic introduction to economics as a whole. For each topic, you will have to do a reflection paper and an assignment. There'll be two topics that don't have a reflection paper. I'll just kind of try to I'll basically take one each out of the second section and one out of the third section just to kind of lighten your load a little bit. But basically, there'll be an assignment for each topic and there'll be a reflection paper for most of the topics. And then there'll be an exam for section 1, an exam for section 2, and an exam for section 3. For the reflection papers, you're going to see here that I'm going to be using Google Classroom. It makes it pretty easy to post something and for me to post a response back to you. And I'll go over what that looks like here. The assignments, you're going to do them in La Lima, and the exams will also be done in La Lima. Now, the book for this class is completely free. We are fortunate in economics that someone has written a book and made it completely available for all of us. So, if we go back to the course here, you're going to see one tab here called Textbook. You could click on that and you could download the entire really, really long book. It's like 900 some pages. It's really, really long. In fact, it's so long that the computer is still thinking about it. Okay. So the way that these things look here, just in case none of your other faculty members have ever done this, when you click on something, you'll see that this PDF is embedded here in the page. I'm using Chrome as my browser. It tends to work better that way. If you're using a different browser, it might not appear embedded. That's fine. But when you see something like this, okay, so I'm not expecting that you're going to read things like this in this little window here. You click on this arrow right up here, and you can download it, or you can print things. But for a 946 page book, I don't want you to be downloading and printing 946 pages. I'm just giving you the textbook as a whole. Instead, these topics are going to be the primary thing that you're using here, this topics tab. Okay, so let's just pick a topic here, topic 2. So topic 1 through 12, topic 1 and 2 are section 1 of the course, topic 3 through 7 are section 2 of the course, topic 8 through 12 are section 3 of the course. Let's just pick topic 2. So for each topic, you'll see 4 things. You'll see a textbook chapter. So this is the only chapter that you need to read for topic 2. It's going to be a lot smaller. So I clicked on it here. And you'll see it's just 36 but it's 36 pages. Again, you could download it, you could read it, using the PDF. You could also read it online, and if you're one that wants to read it online instead of as a PDF, let me know. But again, that's a PDF you can save, you can download, you can print. Then there are lectures. For every chapter, there are lectures. These are lectures I created. So you will hear my same cartoon character sounding voice for each topic. Disregard this like chapter 3. I mean, disregard that. Everything is ordered the proper way. But basically, I take that 36 page chapter, and I break it down into 10 important topics. Okay. And then I'm just waiting for this to load here. It's pretty grumpy about something. And here you go. I'll make sure that it works on your end for all the things you're looking at. But these would then be the lectures. These are lectures that, again, you can watch on YouTube. You can either watch them this way, or you can pop them out by clicking on the YouTube symbol here. Video here. I want to talk a little. There you go. So when you click on this, you can see here that what it looks like is it's called a pencast, and it basically, as I talk, the screen turns green. Hopefully you're going to get used to reading my handwriting, but it's important to hear what I'm saying as well as the text of what I'm writing. I'm trying to appeal to all the ways that students learn, and hopefully that will work for you one way or the other. Oh my God, isn't that so funny? The Family Guy, the one about Blue Harvest. If you don't like Star Wars, life will be rough. Okay, then we have the homework. Each topic will have a homework. You'll see that's directly linked right here. Okay. Now I want to go over with you. Sorry, it won't look like this because when you're doing it, it's saying access denied because I'm obviously not a student. Let me go over how it looks here. So I'm just going to click on tests and quizzes. Yours doesn't look like this, obviously. Okay, but here's introduction. Okay, so here you go. This is what the assignment, how you're going to see things. You would say begin assessment, and you would start doing it. Now, here's the thing, and this is really important. You can do the assignments as many times as you want to get a high score. Each time you do it, it should tell you what you got wrong, and it will send that score to the gradebook. So let's just do this here. Let's just keep answering B. do this 10 more times. Sorry, I'm not really sure what small talk to make here as I click B 10 times. Okay, then I would submit it for grading. And I would say, guessing done? Oh. Okay, well, sorry. Oh, I guess I have to click it 10 more times again. Okay, let me click it 10 more times. Sorry, you can tell that I didn't plan it to be this way, but I guess this is why it's only a course that costs $200 or $300, right? Actually, I think it's like 500. But the book is free, and these assignments are free. Okay, then you would hit submit for grading. It thinks about it for a while. Okay, now you would then click on feedback. No, because it's not, I don't have a thing. Sorry. You should be able to click on feedback, and then it will obviously show you what you got wrong, and then you would make adjustments. Sorry, it's just not working exactly the way I wanted it to. But that's because I'm not a student. But the important thing to remember here is, again, that you can do the assignments multiple times, and it's set up so that it will tell you what you got wrong so that you can then change things. And then for each topic, there'll also be a discussion paper or response paper. I'm not going to do discussions in the sense where someone make a posting and then like you have to reply to someone else's. Everyone's going to be doing things at different paces, especially in the summer. And I don't want people, it's just a lot easier. And I get the same thing from you if you just write a response paper. This response paper you'll see in the syllabus. That the best way to understand this response paper is that it would be 1 to 2 pages and it would be three paragraphs about. It could be more than that if you want to, but in the first paragraph, you're going to basically summarize an article, news article that I'm posting. Then you're going to talk about the concepts that that article is highlighting, and then you're going to give me your own thoughts and opinions. It's pretty straightforward, especially in the first 1 or 2. If you do something incorrect, I'll heavily point out to you and be lenient in the grading, but the idea is that by the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and so on, you'll know what you're doing. And then there'll be exams. I'll make a video before the first exam comes up here, and I'll do it shortly because some of you might start to do the exam pretty early. But the exam will be basically on La Lima, and it'll be multiple choice and some short answer questions. Then we have our statements of academic integrity and accommodation and tutoring help if you need it. These are pretty standard across the college. Then we have our dates that you need to pay attention to if you want to drop the course when technically we don't have class. Then we have the grading scale that exists across the college. And then we have our overview of the topics. The response papers, I'm going to have you posting in Google Classroom. It's a lot easier. It's easier for you to post them, and it's easier for me to reply to them. I will make a short video explaining how you use Google Classroom in case you've never done it. But the idea is that it looks a lot like Google, basically, and you'll be able to post things, your response papers, and I'll be able to put the replies right in the text for you. And I'll give you a brief little introduction of how to do it. And if you really, really, really don't like using it, just tell me, and I'll figure out a different way for you to give me those response papers. The only reason I'm using the Google Classroom is that it allows me to give you replies much easier and for there to be more feedback from me. Okay, that's basically an overview of how this class exists. But just email me if you have any questions as we're kind of going forward here. And I will post, I will have emails sent, and I will post announcements for due dates. I'll try not to inundate you with too many things, but just email me. Anyone who has emailed me so far in this class has gotten a pretty quick response, and I don't expect that will change during this summer.